Hey! Are you letting yourself get in the way? This happens a lot. I have 3 big reasons that you are letting yourself get in the way. 3 reasons that we can talk about to remove those so you can get what you want, you can do the things that you want to do. I want to talk about performing because that's what my specialty is here. So your untrue thoughts are going to guide you. They're going to tell you things that are not true. The first one is being worried about what people will think of you. So having those thoughts of, oh, I'm going to look like a fool, or they're going to think this, or they're going to think that about me, that's going to stop you. Forget it. Whatever other people are thinking about you, whatever their thoughts are, whatever their opinions are, that is none of your business. Let them have their thoughts. Let them think and see and view you from their own lens. That's what they're going to do. They're just going to see you from their own lens. If they're not ready to see you, if they're not ready to take on your messages or to be in your space, that's not your issue. Let that go. That's not something you even have control over. That's things that'll leave you up at night without being able to sleep for no reason, because those are things you cannot control. So let that go, let that go, let that go. Whatever people are thinking of you, let it go. That'll allow you to be more powerful when you're on stage. Have you ever been in the car and a song comes on that you love and you are just dancing? It doesn't matter, you're singing out of key. That's definitely me. Because you didn't care, because nobody's around you and you don't care what people, because there's nobody hear you, so there's nobody to say, oh, I'm being judged right now. So you're just doing it and you're having the best time of your life. So that's what I want. That's the state of mind that I want you to get into to prepare yourself to get on stage, to prepare yourself even just for life, for other things, is to let that go. Do not let people's opinions get in your way. The second one that I want to talk about is your consistent, insistent idea of perfectionism. Nothing will ever be perfect. That is a construct that we have created in our own mind. Perfectionism is something we made up. There is no perfectionism without you deciding it's perfect. So if you decide that something is perfect, it will be perfect. So when you get on stage and you're worried about the move that you're going to do and it must be perfect, why not understand or believe that the definition of perfect is actually the way it comes out in that moment. It is perfect because that's the way it was going to be, because the pole felt a certain way, the stage was a certain way, the lights were in your eyes. You did it perfect for the conditions that you were in, and that's all you can ask of yourself. That's all you can ask of the situation. So being perfect is all something you decide to create. So you're going to decide to create the idea that it is perfect because it's the way it's supposed to be in that moment, and the best way that you can do it in that moment. So you can get on stage and not worry about what people are thinking of you, and you can get on stage and you know whatever comes out will be perfect because that's the way it's supposed to be. That is how it is going to be. It will be perfect for the conditions that you were given. And the third thing I really want to talk about is the idea that you are not enough, that you're not good enough, the idea that you're not worthy enough, or that you can give just the chance to someone else. No, this is your chance right now. This is your chance. You are worthy and you are good enough right now. If you can release those first 2 things, then by the time you get to the third one, you are good enough because you're going to move in a way that is unrestricted. So getting on stage and believing that it doesn't matter what anybody thinks, and then believing that whatever comes out is already perfect, then your piece will be good enough. It will be exactly what it's supposed to. impeding your movement with your brain and your thoughts. And I think that's the biggest thing. When we get on stage, we impede our movement with our thoughts. And so if we can clarify, clean up, give our brain the space to be able to stop thinking and just be moving and feeling the movement, then we are good enough. And that performance that you put on is going to be fantastic. It's going to be the best you in that moment. It's going to be a snapshot of time of you on the stage doing a thing that you love and enjoying it and remembering it. And you've got video from it, you've got photos from it, you've got people that were there to support you. Let me tell you what, people at these pole competitions, at the Land of Lakes Pole Dance Festival, at the Minnesota pole competitions, they're in the audience because they want you to do good, because they want you to succeed. Nobody in that audience showed up that day and said, I'm gonna see who I can boo at. I'm gonna see how much shit I can see that isn't good. Like nobody does that. They come and they show up and they're like, who can I cheer on today? Who can I be inspired from? Because they're on stage and they're smashing the idea that there's perfectionism. They're smashing the idea that they care about what other people are thinking and they are good enough. And they're on stage and wow, they're inspiring. And something that you do, and so the messages that you bring using movement and music is gonna inspire someone else. So when you're out there and you think you're not good enough because you're only doing a jasmine and a chair spin, you're gonna inspire someone that maybe is a newbie or somebody that hasn't done pole for a while, and they're gonna say, oh wow, I can do those things. So they're gonna show up. You're gonna give them something they didn't have before. So that's why I say, just get up on that stage, do the thing. You will be a better person because of it, and you will help other people as well along the way. So I just wanna keep giving to you guys. Oh, who's here? Is that, hi, Heezy Sturzy. You're gonna be awesome, you're gonna be fantastic if you let yourself get out of your own way. Every time I do sessions, I always talk about mindset. Every time I do a warm-up and a workout and a cool down, I use our mind and the idea of letting things go to help us be better performers, to help us move our bodies better, because the more aware of our bodies that we are, the more in tune and listening that our mind is, listening to our body, the more we're gonna move better, we're gonna engage the muscles better, we're gonna find shapes that we maybe didn't even think of before. And so we'll be breathing, and breath brings in more strength, breath brings in more mobility and flexibility. So those are things I incorporate in every time I do a session, every time I work with someone, every time I do a class. So I wanna offer more value to you guys so that you feel good enough to get on stage. I have a little bit of time. I have time this week and next week. I have a couple of openings for just some free, we can do a call or you can come into the studio, just 2 30-minute sessions. I just wanna see where you're at. I wanna help you get through. Maybe it's your breath work, maybe it's your mind work, maybe you wanna work on a combo because that is just holding you back. Let's do it. So I want to give that to you. I want to give you more value. I want to give you access to this space here because this space was designed specifically for people to create performances and then bring it to a stage. The floor here is marley. That's what we use on stage. That's stage material. The poles are competition poles. So now you don't have any excuses. So you've worked on the same pole that's at the comp. You've trained and moved around on the same flooring. You know how your body's going to slide. You know how your shoes are going to react if you're wearing shoes. Because that's a big thing. If you're training in a studio that doesn't have marley, and then you go and you try to work on marley, that's different. That's a lot different. So now you have the chance to really train, be on the space, know what your body's going to do, and know what your shoes will do, all of that. So I want to help you. Give me a call. So comment below and say, hell fucking yes, or give me a call, or DM me and say like, yeah, let me get a session. Because I want to do that with you. Because I just want to get you in. I want you to see the space. I want you to be inspired. I want you to be inspired to let go of all the shit that's getting in the way and not allowing you to get up on that stage. Yes. or any stage. It doesn't have to be my stage. It could be any, anything. Maybe you just go to the park and you pull at the park. We do some free every Sunday. There's a little Sunday fun day at Thomas Beach in Minneapolis, Calhoun area. And a lot of times we bring a pole. So we got our pole art crew out there, and you can just pull outside and jam with us. So that's still like a stage, kind of. You gotta there's people around. So you have to let go of the idea that people are judging you. Fuck that. You need to let go of the idea there's some kind of perfectionism involved. Fuck that. And you are good enough, because hell yes, you're good enough. So that's my spiel. I want to hear from you. I want to see you comment and send me messages. And hopefully we can get you up there. So, bye.